unaware of. You know, when COVID hit, we heard about COVID right away. Everybody went hysterical into panic mode, and things, you know, we started taking action to prevent other people from being affected by COVID. Well, there's an epidemic happening in America right now that most people are totally unaware of and absolutely do not understand. Unless you are living in an underprivileged life, you probably aren't aware of this issue. So, this is a very important issue. A lot of things in America have changed, and we're not familiar with some of the things that we're seeing here. In the past, families lived together and took care of the elderly people. Siblings took care of their parents. They took turns taking care of the parents in their old age. We've now seen that change, and it's elderly people going into nursing homes, but a lot of people cannot afford nursing homes. And we're seeing the effects now of what's happening when people can't afford nursing homes and their Social Security income, the only thing they have to live on, is not enough to even support renting an apartment. There simply isn't enough low-cost housing available in America. In fact, right now we would need 7 million homes, 7 million homes to house those that are most in need. Now, we're talking about people who worked hard all of their lives in America, paid taxes. Many had multiple jobs, worked 2 jobs at a time, raised their families, did well. Even some millionaires that have now become homeless. Things happen. I'm going to share some things with you today that are going to startle you. And I'm praying that you're going to take this very, very seriously and realize that this is an issue that is relies on our country coming together, the people coming together. We, the people, can make a difference and change this epidemic that's happening. It's such a big problem that over just the last 2 years, senior citizens became the fastest growing part of the homeless population. They now make up 50% of the homeless population. And in the next couple of years, the numbers of senior citizens that are homeless are expected to triple in numbers. These are hardworking people who are now literally dying in our streets. There is no place for them to go. People think, oh, well, why don't they go to the shelter? Well, the shelters are full and they're temporary. You can only stay in one for a certain number of days before they make you go out. So our senior citizens, try to imagine your grandparents with whatever their physical ailments are and their end of life age, difficulties, living in a tent in the bushes somewhere throughout the heat of the summers, throughout the freezing cold. Try to imagine your own grandparents living like that. Try to imagine yourself at 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, living like that in the bushes, totally exposed, at the mercy of everybody who lives around them. It's not a pretty picture, guys. You can't look at homelessness the way we have looked at homelessness in the past. Oh, it's trashy. Oh, those people don't try. They don't work. They're lazy. They don't care. They're just drug addicts and alcoholics. Let's just get rid of them. Scoop up those tents and put them in the garbage. Cities now go through and do what they call a sweep, and they just sweep up the tents and everybody's stuff, including somebody's ashes. They've even put live people that were sleeping in garbage dumpsters. They just pick it all up with a bulldozer and throw it into a big dumpster thing and go dump it. This is an insane thing that's happening in this country, and it's a disgrace. And honestly, I find it very hard to be proud to be an American when 1 in 4 homeless men is a war hero, is somebody who went to war for us, a veteran. 1 in 4 men. And there are a lot of women out there too. In fact, women are now the most vulnerable and part of the largest part of the homeless population altogether. Women, very, very vulnerable, very frail little old ladies living homeless in our streets. So we're doing something about it, guys, and we're asking you to come join us. I'm going to go through this real quick, what we are doing, and we need your help. We need everybody's help. We need everybody to take this very, very seriously. There is a simple solution that will not cause your tax bill to go up. If anything, it might go down. We have a simple solution to creating the housing that these people need. So you're looking at a picture here right now of a motorcycle, and for $50, you could change a lot of people's lives. This is true. We have a raffle going on. We're going to give away a 26 Harley Davidson Softail that is in excellent condition. It's an amazing bike. It's a super cool thing to have. And, hey, if you don't want a motorcycle, well, enter the raffle for it anyway with $50. I'm going to share with you what $50 from just 1,000 people is going to do for a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people are going to benefit because 1,000 people chose to join this raffle. And if you win the bike and you don't want the bike, give it away as a gift or give it to another charity. I don't know. It could go on and on. Give it back to us. We'll re-raffle it again. But the thing is, it's worth a whole lot more than the $50 if you happen to win it. And that $50 combined with other people's $50 is going to allow us to build at least 20 tiny houses for a new tiny house village that is going in Decatur, Texas. We already have land. We're already on this, guys. We've got people living out there already, and we have the capacity to put at least 20 to 40 tiny houses on that property and give these people permanent housing. Not temporary. You can sleep in this shelter in a dorm room. All the women sleep in one dorm room. You know what a shelter's like? Have you ever been in one? They put a bunch of people in one room to sleep together. Imagine, can you sleep? Could you sleep if there was about 20 or 30 other women sleeping in the same room with you on bunk beds? Could you sleep? A lot of times they don't want to go to the shelters because their stuff gets stolen more at the shelters than if they live in a tent in the bushes. But just try to imagine living in a tent in the bushes. How many of you get up in the middle of the night and need to go to the bathroom? Where are you going to go? What you going to do? How are you going to shower? How are you going to shower? I go out and I talk to the homeless people. You know how they bathe? Wet wipes. Wet wipes. Well, wet wipes are not cheap. When you have very little money, and you still got to pay for your medications and different things, that cost money. Wet wipes is an added expense, and it probably takes a lot of wet wipes to bathe, don't you think? One ain't going to do the job. But if you enjoy taking a shower every night, I don't know, call me the guilt tripper, okay? I'm gonna just challenge you not to ever think about a homeless person that can't take a shower every time you take a shower. Think about what somebody else is going through. When you lay down in your nice, comfortable bed, when it's freezing cold outside or super hot and you've got air conditioning and heating, think about somebody who, we're talking hundreds of thousands of people, senior citizens right now experiencing this in this country. I have a hard time being a proud American knowing that. And I have a hard time taking for granted the fact that I get to take a nice warm bath every day and sleep in a nice comfortable bed and control the temperature. I have a hard time with this. And I hope you do too. If you're a person with a conscience, especially if you're a Christian and you know the Great Commission, God said, house the homeless, feed the hungry and house the homeless. God said to do that. If you're a Christian, you know that's a mandate put down on you. Maybe you don't want to bring homeless people into your house, and I highly recommend you do not. But we're building the houses so that they can have their own little space with a door they can lock and a community designed just for them. We want to build these communities all over the United States as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. It only takes a couple of days to build a tiny house. It only takes a couple of days. And it doesn't take much money. For about $3,000, $4,000, we can build a tiny house with everything that they need. So we're asking you, we're begging you to get behind this movement. This is a We the People movement. We're asking you to become a part of it. Register to win this motorcycle. I'm going to share with you. This motorcycle is so cool. I just have to share this with you. And here's a picture real quick. I'll show you some of the stuff. This is a tiny house. This little trailer, little house on trailer. We're repurposing fence wood, guys. We're using everything we can get our hands on to build and repurpose building materials to build these people these shelters so we can keep the costs down. Amazing, how many people we can house on one property. Just the one property in Decatur, probably anywhere from 40 to 100 people are going to live on that property. And we can do this practically overnight. It's all dependent on how many people care enough to give a little. Just give a little. So let me see here. I'm going to share this little video with you about the motorcycle because this is super cool. Let's see here. Let's get it started. You can hear it run. This is a real bike, guys.
Here it is, 2006 Harley Davidson Softail, Vincent Hines pipes. It's got a Screaming Eagle third brake light, a lot of Screaming Eagle engine accessories. There's no paperwork to show if any motor work's ever been done. It is at 61,000 miles, but it does start and run great. Air conditioned all day. Don't know if you could hear that, but it's been in an air conditioned shop all day, so that was a true cold start.
Super, super exciting, guys. Beautiful bike, beautiful ride. And if you don't like Harleys and you don't like bikes at all and you don't care anything about riding a motorcycle, well, register to win the thing anyway, because it's going to help us build at least 20 houses. At least 20 houses, maybe more. So, we're super excited about this bike. I'm going to share with you our website here. This is, of course, right now you're on our Zoom call. Maybe you came in through our Facebook page for this live, but our Zoom, we're here every day on Zoom, pretty much all day long. You can come in here and talk to people about what we're doing pretty much any time of the day, all day long. There's people on this Zoom call. To get on the Zoom call, you just simply go to blessedtogivemore.com. Get you on the Zoom. But we do these lives every day at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and you can access our link to the Zoom the same way. You can come in on the Zoom, or you can come in through the live. And if you want to see our website, just go to blessedandbeblessed.org, blessedandbeblessed.org. So you're looking at the site right now. I'm hoping it's still sharing. Did it share with me here? Sometimes when you're moving around on Zoom and you go from one thing to another, it doesn't travel. There we go. Here we go. Get it shared with you. All right. So when you come in on the site, this is at blessedandbeblessed.org. You can click here to see more about the Harley Davidson, how to register for the Harley Davidson. Just click on that button, and you'll learn just a little bit about the mission and what we're doing here. The issue is that, senior citizens, this isn't going to slow down. This is an epidemic and a crisis in this country, and it's going to affect us all, because eventually the government's going to have to address this issue. I promise you, you're going to pay more taxes to house millions of homeless senior citizens when we can simply do it so easily with just $5 a month from Loving Caring. All we need is 1 million caring Americans, Christian people who understand the Great Commission, to give just $5 a month to our monthly reoccurring subscription contribution. We got these raffle things. I'm going to talk about that some more, but I really want to focus in on this, because $5 a month from just 1 million people will help us house all of the homeless people within the next year. Within the next year. So easily. It comes down to $1.25 a week. $1.25 a week. Let me ask you a question. Honestly, would you miss $5 coming out of your bank account every month? Would you even notice it? Would it make any difference in your life? Would it cause any major effect in your life? I got to tell you, I've been promoting this and pushing this for a while, and I'm appalled at how many people I talk to that tell me they're a Christian and they really care about these homeless people. And, oh yeah, I know the Great Commission. And I share this with them and how they can have a positive effect on ending homelessness, and they don't go do it. It just, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. But all we need is 1 million people to care just enough to give that $5 a month to build at least 3 villages somewhere in this country every single month. And every one of those villages will be housing hundreds of people in each one of them. So if we got 1 million people to fork over that $5 this month, we would build 3 villages, each of them housing, and we could build them in 1 month. We could build them in 1 month and house put hundreds of little houses on each one of those villages in 1 month. We can make a major impact. We, the people coming together, we can make a major impact on the numbers of senior citizens, many who are veterans. We can make an impact on whether or not they are homeless. And let me tell you something, homeless people die. They're dying in our streets every day, but they die much earlier in life because they're unhoused, because of the elements, the things they're exposed to. Um, when you're sick, you're ill. If you're not housed, you're in bad conditions, living conditions. That doesn't help you get well. I can show you video after video after video on YouTube that have been made regarding the issues and the problems that senior citizens are going through being homeless and living exposed to the environment. It's not nice, guys, and it's not nice of us to leave them out there like that. You go, well, why doesn't the government take care of them? Why doesn't their family take care of them? It's not happening, guys. It's not happening. The American family unit has fallen apart. How many people do you know that have an estranged adult child? They've been cut off from their families. We're a sick nation in many, many ways. But I'll tell you one thing, we can't fix everybody, but we can fix this problem right here if we, the people, come together. So we're asking you to join hands with us. This website, if you'll go to this website, blessandbeblessed.org. There's a couple of videos on there you can watch. You can come down here and learn more about the raffles. Here you can hit this button right here to give your monthly subscription contribution to this. And we got the Coyote Canyon is opened up. Our site mainly focused on helping our veterans out there is our first priority. And we want to we're opening up another division to help our women, where we can have communities just for elderly women called LaVie and Rose. We'll be talking about that some more as we start working on the property we've secured for that. And here's some more about the raffle. Now, here's the cool thing about this raffle. There's many different ways you can participate in this raffle, and it's fun. We're going to be doing a live drawing every first Sunday of every month. First Sunday of every month, we'll be going live on our Zoom here at blessedtogivemore.com. You can come in on the Zoom, or you can join us on our Facebook page. But we're going to be raffling off some pretty cool stuff to continue to raise the money we need to get these houses built as quickly as possible. So super cool. We got the motorcycle. We're only going to sell 1,000 tickets to that. So your odds of winning are pretty high, especially if you purchase more than one entry. You can enter as many times as you want. So $50 an entry for that. But then we have this other raffle at $10. And every time you submit a payment for an entry into the $10 raffle, you're in line for the drawing to win gift cards from major retailers, service providers, restaurants, all the big major companies that you do business with. We're hitting them up for a card for every month. Give us 12 cards. We want one for every month. So you can have multiple chances to win multiple different prizes every single month. Coming and joining us, learning about what we're doing. Share this with your friends. Be sure you're sharing this with your friends. Give them a chance to be a blessing too. You know what I know about being a blessing is that, when you give freely and openly from the heart, God is watching that. You want to get blessed, you do a little given. Just do a little given. So anyway, that $10, every entry that you purchase, you will stay in the drawing indefinitely. They're never going to be taken out. So every time you purchase your $10 thing, you still have a chance to win. If it doesn't get drawn, it still has a chance to win in months to come, months and years to come. It's going to be an ongoing fun time as we recognize our sponsors who are giving us the gift cards. Now, here's what you need to know. To purchase the entries into the raffle, you want to come down here and use one of these two options. One of them, if you have a bank account and you have Zelle, you can save a little money using your Zelle. If you hit this button right here, it pops up and tells you how to do it. After you do the payment, and you can also use your credit card. The other button over here will let you use a credit card option to do it. But it costs a little bit more because they reverse the fees. Instead of taking the fees out of the charity, they charge it to you. So you save money by using the Zelle. But if you want to use the credit card option, you don't have Zelle, you can use it, hit this button right here. You'll go right on over to Zeffy, and I'll just show you, here's what you see. You have the option of the $10 entries or the $50 entries for the motorcycle. So now I've got to get back over there where I was. And I'll go over so after you've made your payment, though, here's what you want to do. When you get your emailed receipt from your payment, you want to forward it over to the charity, over to admin at Blessed to Give Homeless Prevention. There's the email address right there. You just forward that receipt, and in your email, add the amount that you paid and the number of raffle entries you desire to have. Whether it's the $10, you want to be entered in the $10 raffle multiple times. If you spent $30, you sent $30, well, you get 3 entries, right? So you want to be entered 3 times. If you only purchased for the motorcycle, well, then you would just say, $50 paid for the motorcycle. Or you could do $50 for the motorcycle and do, maybe you sent $70. You got the motorcycle and you got 2 entries into the $10 raffle. So then you would put your name, which you do have to be 18 years of age to participate. Keep that in mind. Your name, your mailing address, because if you win those gift cards, we're going to mail those to you, and your phone number, and also the month and year of your date. We don't need your actual birth date. That's personal information. We're not asking for that. Just the month and year of your date of birth. Then we have the drawings live. Here's the information for you for that. On the first Sunday of every month, you can tap in here. Here's your link, blessedtogivemore.com. You can come in on the Zoom. If the Zoom is full, I recommend that you go log into our Facebook, and here's the link for that right there. So you can get on our Facebook here. And of course, we'll be posting all of our recordings on YouTube as well. And we appreciate if you will watch our recordings on YouTube and then share them from YouTube. It will help bump up our YouTube channel and maybe get us some advertisers that will then put some more money into the charity. So do get your friends to join us on Facebook. Join us on Facebook. Send it out to your friends. Get them to join, and go join our Facebook page. Follow our Facebook page and give us some likes on some things. So we will be doing these live events regularly. We'll be bringing people in here to do some guest speaking. I'll be going to the city council meeting here in Denton, Texas. We're going to be talking to them about the issue of homelessness. This is a problem that most municipalities are very, very well aware of it. I've been talking to the morgues actually about this crisis and how many bodies they're recovering from the streets. They don't even know who they are. They have no identity, because most of the time these people get their identity gets stolen, their wallets get stolen, their phones get stolen, everything they have gets stolen. But they don't know who they are. No family to contact. This is a sad, sad situation in this country, guys. But we can end this. These people need community to live in where they're protected, watched over, and provided for. And shelters is never going to be the answer to this problem. It's never going to be the answer to this problem. They need a place to call home, a place to call home, a place to feel safe. So we're also manufacturing a line of dog food treats here, Love Bites. When you buy Love Bites for your dog, which are actually made by our homeless community that is now being housed at Coyote Canyon, now manufacturing this product on site by hand, and you can come in and ask us on the Zoom call how to get some, and we'll help you out with that. But this is an organic dog treat, and the proceeds go into helping us build more tiny houses. So anyway, we're excited that you're here, have taken the time to listen to this. I want to thank you for listening to this. I want to ask you to please share this with other people you know who probably don't understand the homeless community as it is now. The face of homelessness has changed. It's no longer drug addicts and alcoholics. It's more and more and more becoming our senior citizens that simply cannot find housing that they can afford. There's just not any available for them. They have nowhere to go. So in closing, I'm going to share a little piece of music with you here, just to make you think, you know, but for the grace of God, it could be you. It could be me. It could be anybody. We're seeing people who were millionaires and had successful businesses becoming homeless and living in the streets, suffering every day, struggling just to get by. I'm going to leave you to hear this little piece of music real quick. Put your heart in this. Pray for them today. And pray for us. Join us. Become part of this army, God's army. We're going to stomp out the homeless. Thank you. God bless. Have a great day.
No place to call their own, lacking proper shelter, pain is all they see. Yes, it humbles me completely just to know that could have been me, that could have been me, that could have been me. Pain and the tears, relief unknown, questioning why was I ever born. That could have been me. That could have been me.